episode 42 of the Hops and Bops podcast. I am producer Thomas.
This is Joe.
This is Mike.
And we got the group back together off the boat, but we're in Joe's house this time.
Yeah, welcome to my house.
That's right. And today we have a bit of a follow-up episode, a sequel, if you will.
Yeah, sequel episode.
Yes. So it's a sequel to the SDIB and Faraway Beach episode we did before. This time we have the second album by SDIB, just called SDIB 2, and the new batch of Faraway Beach Shandy IPA from 𝘕𝘁𝙧𝙖𝙬𝙗 Brewing.
Yeah.
Is ale fermented with lemonade, and this time they made their own lemonade.
They made their own lemonade.
Yes.
And I will say I've had it already, and it's fantastic. So I'm really excited for you guys to try it.
Okay.
They did a good job with this second batch. 𝘕𝘁𝙧𝙖𝙬𝙗 out of Cape Cod, South Dennis, I believe. South Dennis, East Dennis. Can't remember.
It's West Dennis.
West Dennis.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
There is a West Dennis.
Yeah?
One of the Dennises.
Oh,
Such a menace.
Oh, it's
I
a
didn't know
Dennis
there
the
were
Menace.
many Dennises.
Yeah.
Dennis the Menace.
But, so before we get too deep, Tim Reilly, our good friend over at 𝘕𝘁𝙧𝙧𝙬𝙗, was kind enough to record a follow-up message about the new batch. So, Tim, take it away.
Hi, Hops and Bops listeners. Tim from 𝘕𝘁𝙧𝙧𝙬𝙗 once again, here to update you all about Faraway Beach Batch 2. This time we made one batch of beer and filled our fermenter halfway. We then made a batch of lemonade with fresh squeezed juice in our brew kettle and blended it in with the unfermented beer. The beer and lemonade were fermented together, and then we dry hopped it with Comet hops. The result is brighter, less bitter, and lower alcohol than our previous batch. We wanted this beer to be more refreshing than your average IPA, and I feel like we were successful in our mission. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks a lot, Tim. Can't wait to have the second batch. Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's South Dennis, Mass.
South Dennis.
Yes, it does say it on there.
Okay.
120 Great Western Road.
Yep.
Ow.
Premature poppage.
Yeah.
Sorry, just cut my fingernails.
Population. Yeah. Get the pour.
Okay. So what was with the first batch again? Did they just take like store-bought lemonade or something?
Minute Maid.
Yeah, right.
I think it was something like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but they didn't make their own lemonade. This is their own.
Okay.
It was Sunny
lemonade.
Day.
Yeah, right. that cheap shit that's 99 cents at the end of the rack, you know?
Yeah, they went to some kid's lemonade stand and they just bought them out.
Got to make a buck somehow.
He must be high.
Oh, by the way, my dog Nash is going to be popping in and out.
Yep.
You hear some clicking.
Every time you pet him, he just like
Lays down.
into a blob on the floor.
He's just a big mush ball. He likes the belly rubs. Well, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
It's nice and light colored, transparent.
Oh, wow. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just insanely crushable.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's much smoother than the first batch, I would say. And it's not as bitter. I remember the first batch was a little on the bitter end.
Yeah, this one is definitely not along that
Yeah.
at all.
No.
It's very summery to me.
Yeah. They blended it nicely.
I wish there was a little more lemonade. That's just me personally.
Yeah. Which is funny because I think the last time you said, yeah, it's too lemony.
Yeah. No,
And then like any
this one's a
lemon,
little- this one's a
sour,
little
or anything
less,
you've had,
yeah.
like lemon's a tough flavor. That's funny.
I like it. It's
Yeah,
good.
That is very good.
It's very good.
You say he did half of the thing with beer and then filled the rest of the half up with their own
lemonade.
freshly squeezed. That's
Yeah.
really interesting.
And then they dry hopped it with, he said, common hops.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
I think it paid off though.
Yeah, no,
It's very good.
It's very smooth.
Definitely.
And it's like not heavy either. So if you're drinking this like out on a hot, humid day, it's not going to weigh you down.
It's got a little bit of that like wheat bite at the end that you get on
A little bit.
like a lot of the like the Blue Moon style beers and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
nothing.
I think they fixed the label. Remember the old label? There was like a speck on the percentage, and we thought it was 4.8, but it was
Yes.
Now
I
it's
think they fixed it.
4.3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very clearly 4.3.
Yeah.
I think we had a little bit of a say in that.
I think so.
I think we.
That's because of us.
We have a little bit of a push in the industry. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. This is Faraway Beach presented by
Presented by Hops and Bops. Yes, we no, we're not sponsored by them, though I wish we were. So give us a call, Devil's Purse.
Yeah.
Send us some cash. We'll definitely promote all your beer for free. Anyway,
Cool.
I like it.
Bringing in SDIB 2 to go with it.
Yes.
So it worked out well because they were putting out this new batch of Faraway Beach, and SDIB only has 2 albums. And part of our conversation in the first one, I remember was how kind of low key the first album was, and for I know you guys, it was kind of hard to get into some of it because it was almost too mellow. In my opinion, their second album, as we talked about, was a little more upbeat. There was, so I mean, another short album, only, God, what? Maybe like 9 songs or something.
32, 23.
Yeah, and 9 songs. So, easy listen, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's another, vibey
Hawaiian
island album.
That's,
I will say, I agree with you, Mike, that I think most of it picks it up for me.
Yeah.
But it took about like halfway through.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
For that to happen, where I finally heard some variety that I was like really longing for from the first album.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually very pleased with how the album ended. So we'll get into that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I could somewhat agree with that. I think it did kind of show a bit more variety, especially around like temperature around there. But I just kind of repeat the same thing I did in the first one. Like, it's mainly used as something to not pay attention to fully.
It's a vibe album. It's
Yeah.
in the background.
Yeah.
I agree.
And if that's its like main function to like not be fully paid attention to, like, it's kind of tough for me.
Yeah, and it's too bad too because I think musically, they don't go over the top with anything, but you can tell that they're good musicians. Like in just some of the simple drum fills, how much ukulele is actually involved, in my opinion. Like, ukulele is not a very easy instrument to fit in with a band, I don't think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to get it to fit as smooth as they do as like a main instrument.
Yeah.
But and like even vocally, I think they do a good job with their harmonies. I think they're really in sync vocally. But unfortunately, they only put out the 2 albums, and then they kind of disappeared after that.
They were like 6 years apart too, right? This
07 and then 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
okay, wow.
strange.
Yeah. And then yeah, and then kind of shortly after that second one, I looked at, when you click on their website, it goes to their Facebook page, which hasn't been touched since like 2017.
Yeah.
So shortly after that second album, they kind of didn't go anywhere. And, maybe it has to do with kind of the idea that their music's more like background, kind of, but they talk on there about, being, let's see, the album reached number 2 selling reggae album on Amazon and number 4 on iTunes.
Okay.
Wow.
That was their SDIB second release. Titled, and it's actually just titled 2.
Right. Yeah, because the first one just SDIB.
Yeah, the second one's just 2.
Roman numerals.
Yeah.
I
So, I mean, they had success with it, but it also seems like they switched some members quite a bit. They didn't. I don't know if they could keep a cohesive group to continue this.
Yeah.
I would like to see what they do if they put out a third album. Like if it would be this again, or if it would be kind of a switch up, But starting off was Fine Day Together. I mean, not a bad song.
This song to me sounded like it was a just direct continuation from the first album.
I'll be honest with you, a lot of times I do that. Like, I'll put the first one on and just go first one right into the second one. They flow really well from album to album because they're the same vibe.
I remember when you first started talking about doing this, you were like, we should just do both albums in one episode.
I brought that up because how short it was.
They were short,
They're 30 minutes. You could
Yeah.
do both albums and you could do them both in one podcast. But I think it worked out nice that we're doubling it up as like a sequel episode.
Yeah.
I think we're doing a cool job with that. I mean, cool little like ukulele solo in there. Not a ton to say about it. Just kind of straightforward. What you expected to hear when you started.
It is. It was a little too. Well, I remember the first album began with. I gotta just look it up.
Yeah, it's right here.
Midnight Hour.
Midnight Hour.
Yes, and it was kind of similar tempo, similar
Yeah.
style than as this. But for their second album, I kind of wish they started it a little differently. Like I wish they took one of the tracks from the back half and like started it like just quickly looking. Maybe something like Dragonfly.
Yeah.
You know, started the album with that. Something completely different, a little more up tempo. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Just go back in time and fix it.
Yeah, that's possible now.
It's true.
Multiverse.
Loki.
Yeah. So what if that was the whole plot of Loki? He went to go back in time and change the set list of SDIB. And that was the entire show.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
That's the only thing about the show. I mean, it's fine for the purpose it serves, the song, but I would like a bit more variation.
Yes.
Get it? Fine.
Oh.
See what you did there.
Anyway. But yeah, no, I just mimic a lot of what Joe says. Like, it's very much in the same vein as the first album.
Yeah.
You know, it's not until you get later in the album where things start to change up stylistically. And then it's not a crazy big jump. But, you know, while it's on, I'm not complaining. Like,
Yeah.
but in a format where you have to pay attention and, like, criticize it, it's
Critique
like,
a bit.
you know,
It's it makes
it's a little boring if you're, like, just only paying attention to that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. But it's, you know, it's a pretty good song, though. I'm not gonna...
not gonna knock it.
No.
No, and then again, Light It Up is very similar too. Not a lot of change there. I can agree. From Find It Together to Light It Up, very similar.
Yeah.
I do like the vocals for the chorus in Light It Up.
I was just gonna say
I
the
think they
same
do a
thing.
really good job layering. And I don't know what it is, again, when it comes back to that ukulele, but he's just so clean on
Yeah.
it. And you get that almost like triplet feel. Like where he's playing. And
Is that a
It's-
uke?
I think that's a ukulele.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. It's not guitar.
No, I think it is.
Is it guitar?
No, I think it is ukulele.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It is pretty up
Because
there.
you have your standard upbeat with the guitar. I personally think their drummer is very good. I think he stays. Let's put it this way: it's almost like AC/DC.
Yeah.
He plays what needs to be played.
Right.
But when he comes in with some of those fills on his higher toms and
Right.
different things, like he does a really clean, good job with it.
Which is why I think I like the back half.
Yeah.
Again,
He
more.
does a little bit more.
Because he changes up like the hi-hat pattern. He
Yeah.
does throw in some more fills. And like it's okay to do that and it's not you're not being like
Showy.
showy or whatever you want to call it. It still fits what the song needs. I do like this song better than
Fine Day Together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even
So
if
I
they
can
began
agree.
the album
Just
with
swapped
this.
them?
Yeah.
My only issue with Light It Up was it was just very predictable to me. Like, at least
At this point.
It becomes a little monotonous.
Yes.
Yeah. It was to the point where I would listen to a song and before the first chord progression was even done, like, you could tell what the next chord was going to be.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and before even hearing it. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
But like you said, I did like that little touch of
With the
ukulele.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
And I
Add a
thought,
little
like I
bit.
said, and I thought vocally, especially in the choruses, they did a good job. But I agree, like, hearing it, like, listening to it now again, like, I'm on the third repeat of the chorus at the end. Like, they could have cut it shorter
Yeah.
and maybe put another song on the album instead of
Yeah,
having,
yeah.
this one kind of go off.
Right.
But it does end with that ukulele out as it fades out, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I do like that.
I did like the next song, though. Cruise Day was pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a bit less unpredictable and the...
Opens with that little, like, keyboard synth kind of feel.
I like the big, like, group vocals on the chorus.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's a good song.
Cruise Day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, vocally it's a little different too, which is nice. Change
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
It seems like every person, in the band sings at some point.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, because like the lead vocals is also ukulele, guitar, bass, and keyboard. Then the ukulele guy also sings. There's a separate one. And then the guitarist, he also has vocals. The drummer also has vocals. So I think everybody in the band sings, which is kind of cool. And you can hear that in it. Like you hear the different voices, and they layer really well.
Okay.
And I like those oohs that kind of build it up.
Yeah, right?
Bah.
There's
Signature
a-
pause.
Signature pause.
The signature, yes. The patented pause.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I like the vocals in this. I like
Yeah.
the chorus, real big.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone's on the boat
Yeah.
having like a nice cruise
Well,
day.
that's exactly.
Yeah.
You're listening to this
Yeah.
on the boat,
Yeah, yeah.
cruising along on a sunny day with a fucking faraway beach.
There you go.
That's it.
Nice
You know,
devil's purse in
I
your
can-
hand.
This definitely is added to like a road trip playlist. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, this one sounds like a bit more fun and a bit more like everyone's kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Because the first two just almost sounded like generic reggae songs to me.
Yeah.
This one kind of is a bit of a switch up.
Yeah. Definitely builds a bit.
Yeah, I did enjoy that.
And then we go to This Feeling, which again starts off with kind of like that airy, spacey,
This one reminded me of, not really when the instrumentals come in, but Sweet and Nella. Was that the other?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, kind of that slower tempo. Again, just that ukulele work is just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
This one doesn't sound as much like ukulele, but
No?
it's some kind of stringed instrument.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Good. I'm
yeah, we
glad.
can agree on that. Some kind of plucked string instrument.
Yeah, this is a good song. It's a little slower. I would
Yeah.
say maybe a little more boring.
Yeah,
I guess is the word
yeah,
I
it
could
definitely
use too.
brings the tempo back down.
Yeah.
Cruise Day, you kind of built up to Cruise Day,
Yeah.
And this is
and
kinda,
then kind of drop back. It's almost like
the boat ran out of gas. As you're kind of stuck in the middle of the ocean, you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Well, with gas prices being what they are,
That's
kinda
right.
makes sense.
Yes.
yeah, but back to This Feeling. Nothing crazy.
No.
It's not a bad song, but it's a little boring.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Not one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The vocals win it over for me. I like when the song began right away with the harmonies sounded really good, but
Yeah.
overall it's just
Very much.
Again,
There's no-
I
there's-
gotcha.
Yeah.
You know?
There's no. We talk about the X factor a lot, especially in beers. This
Yeah.
one has none of that.
yeah. Like I'm 3 minutes into the song, I think I even skipped ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's the same riff. There's
Yeah.
no, although that is it. I guess ukulele or whatever the
Yeah.
plucking acoustic is it's really good guitar work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like I said, they're good
Little key change
musicians.
at the end.
They're great vocalists. They could branch off into something more intricate and exciting, and I think they do really well at that.
Yeah.
And they think they did just kind of miss their mark in like,
Just wish they had a bigger sound, like big, like
Yeah.
not like not necessarily fast all the time, like faster tempo, just a bigger.
yeah. Well,
sound.
I want to bring to the podcast, and me and Tom talked about this, and I think I want to bring our first live album.
Yeah.
Because we haven't done
Second live
We
album.
did
Second.
John
John
Mayer
Mayer.
Trio.
John Mayer Trio. Okay, so
You want to bring another
I do.
Mr. I
I
Hate
know.
Live album.
I know
You're the
I know.
only one, and you're bringing two.
I want to bring another one, and I showed Tom some of it. It's Mike Love and the Full Circle Band. It's a little bit longer,
yeah.
but it'll show you a whole different side of like this kind of reggae and mixing it in with like classic rock and a more rock sound. And I think that might be more along the bigger lines like you're looking for that I think these guys could have done.
Yeah.
Like even an electric guitar solo at some point would have
Yeah.
been cool.
Come on. Right.
I don't think they ever hit like
Or
any-
more horns, like
Yeah,
more
I don't think
distinct,
there's
like
really any.
horn parts. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you move on to Temperature. Temperature is a little more upbeat.
Yes, I would say this
They
is
start
for
to
me where like
love
the
this.
album
Yeah.
picks up again.
I absolutely
And they
love
do
this
have a
song.
little solo.
Yes.
It's not really like full-blown electric,
Yeah.
but it's
This one finally gave me something different.
bass.
The bass line is insane.
Yeah.
The drums have a really cool effect
Mm-hmm.
on it without being too corny or cheap,
Yeah.
and it's just different. Like
The only thing I think this song lacks is the vocals that the other songs
Yes.
have.
No, I actually enjoyed the voice.
Do you?
It's specifically on the chorus where he says, I don't know what he says, but he could have had more.
Temperature rise.
That's what he says. Yeah. That would
Not,
make
not,
that.
it's called Temperature. So
That would make sense. Yeah. Well, temperature did rise this week. Jesus Christ! But
Oh, God.
It was one I was sweating yesterday.
I just thought it was a
got
good
my
like
story on that.
there's another like harmonization in there. It was definitely just definitely a tempo pickup from this feeling.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it felt very much like a party track almost.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
this
So I-
one,
It's
it
kind of
picks
got,
it up.
like you said, the effects are done really well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Whereas
pedal in there too.
I remember on the other album, what was the song? Spreading Culture. Or, that one sounded a little corny to me. Like
Yeah, I got
the
you.
production
Yeah.
of that. This one
Was
well done. This reminds me, I'll say it again, there's this huge beach bar down in Ocean City, Maryland, which, by the way,
Yes.
not you're
Bad
drinking
Monkey?
from Ocean City. That's a different place.
Oh, okay.
Awesome place. But
Bad
this
Monkey.
place, Secrets. This song, you
Swim
throw-
up to the
the
poolside
swim up,
bar.
Yeah.
You see the
You're-
song playing there?
Oh yeah, they have a DJ booth and huge speakers. Like the music is blasting with this kind of music all day long, and this is a song I can see being played there. Nice low end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is temperature.
So, side story once again, real quick.
Yes.
Sweating, temperature rising. I bought new shorts for golf.
Uh-huh.
Really nice shark shorts.
Breathable.
So they're like
No.
covered. They're blue and they got all little sharks all over them and everything.
It's cute.
For Shark Week.
Are they
And,
breathable?
They're breathable,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I buy clothes at a store. I don't wash them. I just wear them and then I wash them after.
Oh right.
Fuck do I care? So I, bought them on Tuesday. All day golf on Wednesday. Put the shorts on. We're playing 9 holes, whatever. We're on hole like 4 or 5. I get up from the cart to hit my ball. I go to sit down. I go, "Hey, Dad, was the seat on the golf cart blue when we started?" And he goes, "No." Apparently, my ass sweated enough that it actually bled through the shorts and stained the entire golf cart seat blue.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yep. Shockingly, the shorts are fine. My legs weren't really blue. I had a little blue in my back of my knees where I was sweating. But the way we figured it out was he goes, "All right, well," he goes, "you drive for 2 holes," because his side wasn't blue. And
Oh,
yeah,
you spread the stain.
we did. We turned the other side blue in the 2 holes. So yeah, my shorts actually, my ass apparently has sweat that can make shorts bleed.
Wow. Well done. It's got swass.
Superpower.
Swass.
So
Swamp and ass.
you got some swass going.
Good
Listen,
shit.
you might want to wash your shorts before you wear them.
Apparently, I have to.
Anyway.
I'll wash it with the whites.
Yeah. Oh
Be
yeah.
blue.
Yeah. Well, your shirts will be blue. That's a
Who
good
am I
idea.
kidding? I don't do laundry.
Laundry sucks.
Dragonfly.
Yes.
Great song.
Another good one. I was like, yeah, all right, here we are, finally.
Yep, pick
back
up.
half of their last album ever.
Don't you say that.
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
We might turn it around.
suppose. That's true.
That's right.
We
At
can't tag them in
SDIB,
anything, so they don't know.
At their
Can't
Their
you share-
Facebook page
Can't you
haven't
share it
touched
to
in
their
4 years.
Facebook page? It'll
Hey,
be,
hey guys,
it's been
talked about
4
you.
years since they've updated anything, and all of a sudden these 2 episodes of the Hops and Bops podcast
Yeah.
pop up on their feed.
They probably forgot their password.
Dear SDIB.
Yeah,
Like a typewriter.
yeah.
I'm ready to inform you.
Best.
Please get back together. Best.
Highest regards. What's worse on a ending to an email? Best or regards?
Regards.
Yeah, regards is pretty awful.
I don't like regards.
Yeah, you're a regard.
regards.
No regrets, not even one letter. Sorry, I got you.
This is such a great song.
Yeah, this is a really good
Yep.
one. Another one. Back to back.
Yep. Let's start dancing now.
I like the keyboards on it.
Yeah. Well,
It's
like
just fun.
bouncy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't linger too long. Just go.
Yeah. Up tempo, fun. I like the blend of the electronic keyboard versus the acoustic, I guess, guitar or ukulele.
ukulele, all that.
Up in the air, some string instrument.
Nice little fade out at the end.
Yep,
It's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Very good vibe.
definitely. And a good length too. It didn't draw. It wasn't drawn out. It didn't overstay its welcome.
And then the tempo, like you said, stays up with Heart of Devotion. Little more of your classic reggae with the upbeat and, but
All right.
they got the call and response vocals, which is kind of cool. Like that's a slight change up for them. Like you're hearing the main vocalist, then you're kind of hearing those background responses to it rather than just the layers, that they normally do.
Yep.
Going for some more.
I'm gonna go
I'm
for
empty.
some more. You're empty.
Yeah, I got some more. You can take some of mine.
I got plenty right here.
Build a relationship.
Far away.
This is a good drink, by the way.
Yeah.
It's starting to pick up a little bit more
Yeah.
for me as I drink it. As it hits you a little bit, it's a bit. What's the other shandy that's really big? Is it
Leinenkugel?
Leinenkugels
Oh,
got
summer
one,
shandy, yeah.
Narragansett.
Narragansett, that's
has
what I'm
one,
thinking
yeah.
of.
Yes.
That's
That's
the other
very
one that I've
lemony.
had.
Yes.
I'm not a huge fan of Narragansett.
Yeah.
They're a little too much for me. But this one's a good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you drink it, it definitely starts to
Yeah. I think
eat
they
into it.
Yeah, they did a really good job with the second batch. It's a great song.
I love it. There's another good one.
Yep.
Another pick me up.
Well, I don't know. I
And
mean,
like those kind of chant
yeah.
vocal, like the group vocals in the
Yeah.
choruses.
I'm just very curious at the producers' decisions, the band decisions. You put 3 songs like this, boom, 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 back to back to back at the end of the album.
Yeah.
When the beginning of the album could have used more of a pickup aside from like what was it, Cruise Day?
Yeah.
Is that what it was called, Cruise Day?
Yeah.
It's just interesting the track layout. But
This one has a really cool solo, around the midway point.
Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
Yeah. I think that might be ukulele. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it is. But
Yeah.
still. Good change up. And it's a bit longer than the other solos. The other ones are just 8 bars or something. This one's a bit
Yeah,
longer.
this one kind of goes on like a legit solo.
Yeah.
A little bit longer. Yep.
Yep.
and this one the drummer finally put some little flavor on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little mustard on there.
Yeah, a little mustard, some ghost notes on the snare. He's got the 16th notes on the hi-hat, some here and there. Instead of just a straight 4/4 quarter note groove or eighth note groove,
Yep. No, it's a good, like I said, that's a good stretch of songs. And like you said, the entire, pretty much, you take Cruise Day, and then you go to Temperature and Out. It's kind of a more higher energy, party-ish kind of an album.
Yeah.
You've got those Fine Day, Light It Up, and This Feeling that kind of
Right.
kill it a bit. Even Best Inspiration, in my opinion, that's a good ballady style song for them. This is actually my favorite song on the album.
Oh, okay.
I just love this song.
I think when you look up SDIB on
Yeah.
Spotify, this is one of the
Top songs.
Yeah, they always do like 5 songs.
So Spotify's a new feature where if you say "Hey Spotify" or something like that, it'll pick up and then you can say random
It
shit.
just did it on my phone.
But you did it to me, so when you said it mine went.
That's funny.
But I agree.
Goddamn technology.
I do like the song though.
I love this song. I think it's just...
It's all ukulele, right? Or maybe a little bit of some other
It
instrument.
might be a little acoustic guitar in the background.
Yeah, I think in the second half it starts to get a little bit louder.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
I thought vocally they do a great job. Harmonies are great. I kind of actually like that little talking part at the beginning.
Yeah.
Changes it up a bit.
Yep. But yeah, according to Spotify,
you say
you gotta say hey in front. That's why they do that. This is there were 5 popular. This is number 3.
Wow. What's number
Best
1 and 2?
Inspiration.
Midnight Hour, Sugar,
Okay.
Best Inspiration.
Which was their first 2 singles off the other
Yeah.
album, so it makes sense.
Yep.
and then Cruise Day is number 5.
Oh yeah, Cruise Day is number
I
5.
love when he goes,
Yeah.
go down this road. He hits that little high note there. Grow old,
Yeah, this is a good song.
you and me.
Were there any singles on this? I
Um,
don't think so.
Cruise
No.
Day.
Cruise
Well,
Day
it
a
was
single?
played heavily in the Hawaiian top 5 at 5, their big station.
Okay.
Cruise
Gotcha.
Day was their big.
Okay, cool. It makes
Yeah.
sense. Good song.
And I think actually, so they list singles on their Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole album, both albums.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2, 4, yeah. Their whole albums are listed as singles, but
Okay.
they're listed in order, and it's Cruise Day and then Best Inspiration.
Okay.
But like I said, this is, in my opinion, this is my favorite song on the album.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just
It's good.
a great song.
I do like how the song builds.
Yeah.
I thought it
Yeah.
would be cool the last like minute or so if they did have some kind of just drum beat.
Well, they have a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
Yeah. You know, just a very simple drum beat. I'm a big fan of when
They
songs
build up to that.
build up.
Yeah.
I felt that could have used it, but it's still good nonetheless.
Yeah, no, I thought of all the like slower songs, kind of more, this one wasn't monotonous. It had something else going on to it. You know, the other ones had everybody involved, but they were kind of boring.
yeah.
You know, like Fine Day Together, Light It Up. This one only had acoustic essentially.
Yeah.
But they just they just fucking killed it. Like I thought they did. Like that was the ballad the album needed.
Right.
Yes, yeah. And especially in this kind of album where it does tend to be a little... all the songs are mostly in the same vein.
Yeah.
It was enough of a switch up to be beneficial, I think. So, yeah, this one was definitely a good one for me. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah. And then we end with Angel,
Yeah, really.
which isn't a bad song.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's kind of more along the lines of like the earlier Fine Day Togethers and all that. I think there's a little bit more vocal power behind this one. You know, it kind of lets it fly a little bit more, which changes up from just that kind of monotony. But musically wise, it's back to that kind of just like basic background reggae.
I kind of like this one a bit
But
more.
I do
though.
like this song more. Yeah.
that you kind of goes crazy right in the beginning.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah. Again, like for me, the back half of the album was much stronger than
Agree.
I
the first.
feel like they really only missed the mark on like 3 songs.
Yeah.
And if those 3 songs were maybe spread out, like you had said,
Yeah.
you know, Fine Day Together and Light It Up were just kind of like monotonous, your standard, almost like you said, flowed from the first album.
Right.
Then they hit Cruise Day, they drop it with this feeling, and then they kind of run from Temperature on.
Agreed, yeah.
If they could have maybe started with Cruise Day and taken like Fine Day Together, Light It Up, and moved it down in between like Dragonfly, Heart of Devotion, like somewhere in there,
Yeah.
I think it would have made for a more well-rounded album.
Right. More spread out.
You know, they got a nice little guitar solo in Angel, you know, so even this song breaks the mold a little bit.
Yeah. Finally, electric
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah.
I don't think any other song had it. No.
They had one other solo, but it might have been clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it's any sort of special guitar solo.
No, but sonically, it
Yeah.
Yeah.
it just
sonically,
helps.
yeah.
It
It
adds
does.
something different.
I like how that last note hits and then the vocals come right in over the top of it.
Yeah.
It flows really well.
It's a good way to end the album.
It really was.
Yeah.
You know, for being a lower key song, it was enough to pick it up from Best Inspiration. You know, but didn't kind of hit like that party song ending. I think it fits what they were doing, those big group vocals again.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, you know, again, really good. The whole album's got just really good vibes. You
Yeah.
know, really good like lyrics. And then you got the fade out. The only thing I'll say with the fade out kind of hit quick.
It did, and
Like
it goes fast.
Yeah,
it
it's
fades
like
fast.
it wasn't like some of them. Like I could have almost heard another
it does.
chorus
Yeah,
fading out.
right. Because
Kind of just faded out and ended
Yeah.
almost like
They-
kind of like an amateur fade out.
they finally got to a huge group
Yeah.
vocal for the chorus. I wanted another one. you
Yeah,
know?
at least one more that would have like faded out a little slower.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
just and that fade out ended quick, right?
Yeah, and then it's just like 5 seconds of silence at the end. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
So,
But
Mr. Audio Engineer over here.
look at me.
You can't learn things like that on the street, right?
Yeah, you hear crackheads on the street talking about audio fade outs at the end of SDIB 2. That's all I hear on the streets of Connecticut.
Man,
But that's the
That's
whole
it.
album.
That's the album.
that's it, man.
Yeah. Quick listen.
Quick
Yeah.
listen, but we had
30
some good combo. on that.
Yeah,
That was
32
good.
minutes,
for sure.
23 seconds.
Yep.
All right, so let's track
Key
it up.
tracks? Yeah,
I
let's
guess
do
so.
it.
Yeah.
Mike, your album. You want to
Yeah,
start it?
I'll start off. So we'll start with number 1. Already pretty clear, but Best Inspiration. It was the first song I heard off this album.
Okay.
And even listening to the album over again, I don't know. I just thought they did such a good job with that being like an acoustic track. It didn't have that monotony. It was, energetic for acoustic, just great vibe. I listen to that song all the time. I love that one.
Cool.
I actually went with Cruise Day as my favorite. Nice. Although I could see why that one would be yours too. This one was a bit less repetitive, even though it is still kind of, but that's what you're mainly going to get with a lot of reggae. It made me physically see where I could be while listening to this song, and I think that's a really cool addition. I like that really nice build up to the chorus. All of the vocals that add on to the chorus, it's almost like a gang vocals.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's probably everyone in the band doing that, right?
I would assume so. Yeah. It seems like every person sings at some point and is labeled as a vocalist. So
like the lyricism. Thought it was a pretty cute song. Enjoyed it. I don't want to put it down. Oh, yeah, it's just a fucking cute song. Yeah. No, I did. I liked it. Yeah, it was real cute what you guys did over there.
No, it's just funny. You had, a expert, musician explanation about it, and you ended it. Yeah, it was a cute song.
It is.
No, it's just funny. I didn't expect it to come out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's real cute.
My top track, cool. We all have something different. It's Temperature.
Finally, cool.
Yeah, right. I know. Temperature, great song. It gave me something different without being too different. Big fan of that song. I like the production of it. I like the blend of the kind of clean acoustic guitars with the effects and the keys and the effects on the drums. Vocals were cool. A little change up from the rest of the album and the other album too. So Temperature was mine.
Nice.
As for the bottom track, I think I got to go with the opener, Fine Day Together.
Okay.
And I'm looking at it through this lens. It was just a disappointment for me to begin another album with something that could have easily went on the first album.
Yeah. Especially after 6 years of being able to change something and then they go right back into that.
Right. Big time gap. It's not that it was a bad song. It didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
And there were a couple others, we've talked about them already, that just didn't really stand out. But I think I got to go with that just because, for me, you got to begin the album with not always a banger, but with a solid track to get you interested into the album.
It's got to have a purpose.
It's got to have a purpose. And for this, it really didn't. I would have loved to see some of the later tracks as the opener, maybe something like Dragonfly or even Cruise Day or maybe Temperature. I don't know. But
Yeah, I can agree. I don't think there was a bad song on the album. There's not a song I was like, oh God, I got to skip this one. But there were a few that got a little boring or a little monotonous, and I think I'm going to go with number 2, Light It Up, just because, and my main reason is I feel like at the end of that song, they just repeated the chorus too many times. You know what I mean? It just dragged on a little too long, and there wasn't, it got to a point where it did become monotonous and became all right, is the next song now? I get the point, we move on. Is there a song I'm going to skip or a song that I'm absolutely not going to listen to? No. I mean, both their albums, I think, are pretty similar, and okay, maybe this song's not a huge change, but it's still not a bad song. It's just not a great song.
Yeah.
But Light It Up would be the one that kind of after a while, I was like, okay, all right, I got this. Let's pick it up. And then Cruise Day hits, and again, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Then after Cruise Day hits, you get This Feeling, which is my least favorite song. It's funny, we have all different favorites and least favorites.
And I think those are the three I had in mind for my bottom track.
Yeah.
Well, those are the 3 we've said.
Yeah.
Not necessarily don't fit the album, but were the 3 that needed to be. I mean, they're in the first 4 tracks.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. It's the vibe setter for the entire album.
And then all of a sudden, it's a whole new album after track 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially after Cruise Day too, when it's my favorite, it immediately changes back into that. It's oh well, now you got this depressing. Well, not depressing, but just slow. It just felt like a slog to go through. It was just so slow, and it didn't really add a lot to the entire album.
Yeah.
I would actually skip this one. This is my skip, actually.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I made a diss you like that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, not one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm okay with not playing that one at the barbecue.
Okay.
But for Sleepy Dark Horse, which is I'm just glad that's sticking at this point.
Patent pending, or do we obtain it?
It's going through.
We'll just end it right there.
We gotta get their
buddy.
We all know.
Gotta get their approval.
Yeah.
I forgot the name.
We all know.
Anyway.
Yes.
My sleeper was actually Best Inspiration, me and Mike's favorite.
Cool.
It was just enough of a switch up, and especially it's going to be later in the album, even though it is one of their most popular tracks. But you said they were all like released as singles, though, right?
When you look at Wikipedia, their Wikipedia page has like 4 words on it.
Yeah.
And when it says singles, it literally just lists both albums.
Okay.
And they're not in order though,
Right.
like album order.
And plus,
So I'm wondering if it's just like order
Maybe they
of
were-
most played or something like that.
Maybe they were like all released as singles, and then they just kind of compiled them into an album format
I have no
into
idea. Maybe.
these two.
oh, interesting.
Maybe, I don't know.
And-
But if that's the case, then there's not really a huge difference between
Yeah.
Sleeper and Best and like more
No.
And plus, they're not a huge band where, you know,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can't call like driver's license a
Sleeper,
sleeper.
yeah.
You know?
So basically,
Good point.
from what I'm getting, reading, this little bit, is Midnight Hour and Sugar were the popular singles off of the first album, whereas Cruise Day was the popular single off of the
Okay.
second album.
Mhm.
Everything else, I think, was just kind of,
Up for grabs.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Very
in terms of how I listen to it, because I've never been acclimated to this at all, and just in terms of front of the album to the back of the album, this is like the second to last song, right?
Yeah.
It was enough of a switch up to be really effective for the album. It was just enough to not be too monotonous over time, and I liked it. It was a good introduction to the ukulele being the main instrument instead of like a little addition. So, yep, I'll put Best Inspiration as my sleeper.
I like it.
Cool.
Be Dark Horse.
Mine's Angel, the album closer.
Okay.
Nice.
I like the guitar work. I like the electric guitar solo towards the end. I like that it ended the album. The vocals, I mean, really throughout both albums are great. It's the standout part of the band, in my opinion. Yeah, I just thought this was I mean, God, they go right into it with the group vocals. It's just such a nice listen. Really tickles the eardrums.
Ooh.
But and because it's the last track, like some people may not get to it. So, Angel for me, for my Sleepy Dark Horse.
And I am going with Dragonfly.
Okay.
Wow. Yes, we're all different on everything.
I love Dragonfly.
Yeah.
I
His
thought
favorite
it
was Best Inspiration. Mine was my sleeper. But other than that, yes.
Okay, all right.
We almost got everything.
I thought Dragonfly at that point in the album, last 4 tracks, it was a great pick me up. Had a lot of good energy, and I just really enjoyed that song. And kind of being that late in the album was a little more, wasn't one of. If you look at their list of singles, it's like second to last.
I want it over there. It's good.
It's
That's
like
fine.
second to last. It's over by the.
Drop my AirPods.
Oh,
And then I was gonna pull a Joe Sod since it was my album, and do like an honorable mention almost.
yes.
I have to go with Angel as like that was like my other. I was bouncing between the two.
Yeah.
I think Dragonfly was a little more of a pick me up and kind of unexpected at that point, but Angel was a great way to end the album, and I thought that was just another really good song that they put together.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
All right.
You want to give it a good old rating?
We'll give it a rating. So now we're doing this out of 10, right?
Yes, we are.
Right.
So that's
Patented.
kind of throws me for a little bit of a loop.
Do you want me to go first?
Nah, it's all right. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
7.5.
7.5.
Sure.
I listened to it more than you'd expect a 7.5.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's one of my go-to like background albums.
Yep.
It really is. The two of them together almost, because if I got something to do for like an hour, I can put both of those on and just kind of vibe to it while I'm moving around. Yeah, I really do enjoy both of the albums, even, and maybe it's because of the simplicity. You know what I mean? I don't have to work too hard to enjoy it. Like it's just, it is there. But from a critical lens, picking it apart, you know, there are some flaws and some things missing, and that's kind of where I drop from like maybe say like an 8 to like a 7.5.
Okay. Fair enough. I forget what I rated the
That's what I'm trying
first
to do.
one.
Yeah,
I have the
okay,
other
the old one.
episode queued up.
Yeah,
I want
don't
to say
remember.
I gave it between what is now a 4 and a 5. I think I like this one slightly better than SDIB one, which I think you said we both liked
I
a little bit
expected
more.
because again, especially that back half. You know, other than those 3 songs, it is a more of a pick me up album. It's a little more energy. The first one is very, very low key, which can become boring. You know.
Yeah.
So I get it.
It was a little simplistic, but I mean that's the kind of music that reggae is. It's not meant to be in this kind of format where you put a critical lens to it. It's meant to be in the background a bit more, which I can understand. But I think I'm gonna give it a 5.5.
Okay.
I did like a majority of the songs. They did pick up in the latter half, like we said, but I don't know. I feel like if I'm driving or something, it gets a little too, like, I'm not too interactive with it, you know? I like songs that can kind of keep me focused, or not focused, but, like, just kind of throw a bunch of different stuff at me. So, but in terms of what it is, like, if you're going to put it on, like, if you're playing horseshoes or something, or if you're sitting by a fire, it definitely suits it better than other albums could. So, I gave it a 5.5. I like that.
Cool. So I tried to queue it up.
The episode.
Yeah, I gave the first album a 3,
Which is now
3.
6.
So now a 6, and I like this one. I like this album a little better. So I'm gonna give it a little bump up. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. I think 7 would be a little too strong.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have given it a 7, but because of the track distribution, that's a big knock for me. Because it's just, the back half is just so much stronger than the front half.
Yeah.
That you need to spread that stuff around, you know? So, yeah, 6.5 for me. I'm comfortable with that. 6.5.
Cool.
Yeah.
And why don't we transfer over to the Devil's Purse Faraway Beach Shandy? We're gonna
Batch
give that
2.
yes, the new and improved batch.
Yeah.
What are we feeling?
I like this a lot better than the first batch. I think they made some great improvements, and it still fits, the brand. I can't queue up where the beer ratings were in the episode.
Oh yeah.
But I don't need that to judge. I'm pretty confident. I'm giving this an 8.
Okay. Wow.
I really enjoy it. I'm still not a huge shandy fan. But
Yeah.
I do taste. I have a nice blend between beer and the lemon shandy flavor in this. They did a great job balancing the recipe. I think it's a really great improvement from the first batch, so I'm giving it an 8.
Wow. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked it. Since we've done the first episode, have gotten a lot more into the sours. And I mean, I could have used a little more of the lemonade. Like, I feel like a combination of the first and this one, you know what I mean? And maybe it's because the first one was like a store brand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe that was the lemony flavor that was too much when I had mentioned it, versus now's their own, which could have used just like a touch more.
Yeah.
But it's a good taste. You got that little bit of like the wheat kind of flavored beer at the end, but it goes down smooth. It's kind of an all-day drinker. I think I'm going to stick with the 7.5. You know,
Nice.
kind of a 7.5 day for me.
There it is.
I'm more of a 7.5 kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually agree with you, Mike. I'm going to give it a 7.5 as well.
Nice.
I'm not super crazy about shandies. I don't think any of us really are, but it definitely is an improvement over the last batch that they made. I feel like the blend that they're trying to go for definitely was achieved on this. You're not getting too much of the ale. You're not getting too much of the lemonade. And I would actually be really interested in trying a bunch of their other beers that they have too.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like they're a pretty solid brewery.
They are. They're really cool. It's a smaller tap room. You know, it's not huge, but they do have really great beers.
Yeah.
And it's a cool spot for sure. I really want to get back up there.
Yeah.
Haven't been there in a while.
And they're really big music guys, right? They have they have like a waveform on the side of the can going all the way around the bottom,
Yep.
which I think is really interesting.
Yeah, they're music fans there.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, and I think as of right now they are fully open again, so you can go there, you can drink instead of just
cool.
takeout only. So
Yeah.
you know, now the restrictions have been lifted,
Awesome.
so good for them. Yeah,
Sweet.
Cool. Awesome.
shout outs.
Give them the shouts out.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, here we are again. So, Devil's Purse. They're in Cape Cod, one of a few breweries on the Cape.
South Dennis, Mass.
Yes, definitely go check them out. Great beers. We should do a little podcast trip
Yeah.
there
Take a
someday.
little visit up there. That'd
Hey,
be
I'm
fun.
going up
Yeah.
to Cape.
Oh
in
yeah,
August
you are going.
for
That's right.
A weekend.
Yeah, hit them up.
Stop in.
Yep. On Instagram, Devil's Purse Brewing.
Do I get like special, like a VIP card or something when I go? Or?
You get like a clipboard and like a name tag or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just print out our logo. It's people know it. You know, it's everywhere. It's basically synonymous with like the McDonald's and
Oh,
Yeah,
of
easy.
course,
Yeah.
Mojo.
I'd say
Yeah.
more. I'd
Yeah.
say more.
Mojo. You know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We serve over 1 billion people. You know. Devilspurse.com.
Yes.
Don't look for SDIB. They're
Anywhere.
not anywhere.
Yeah.
They have a Facebook page, but it hasn't been updated
It's
since 2017.
ancient.
However, we are going to change that.
Yes.
We're gonna
Starting
make our
now.
own SDIB Facebook
Well, no, I
page.
was just gonna. I would just
We're gonna
share
pose as them.
Share it to
page.
it.
Yeah,
I think that could be done.
just put both podcasts on there.
They're gonna.
Yeah, link the SDIB Facebook page to the Hops and Bops link tree.
Yeah.
So we can take all of their listeners.
All the members are like so beyond the band now. They're gonna get emails like,
Yeah.
someone has shared to your page. They're gonna be like, shit, I don't know how to get into it.
I work at a bank now.
Yes. That's fantastic.
Anyway,
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
What's up next? What are we
So,
doing next?
43.
43, getting up there.
Yeah, it's a producer's pick, bringing it back.
Yes.
So I brought the brand new Tyler the Creator album, Call Me If You Get Lost. Just came out. It's their first introduction to him. I've been listening to him for a while, but can't wait to hear what you guys think about that. And to pair with that, I brought Founders All Day Vacay. It's a session wheat ale. I know Mike's a big fan of the All Day IPAs that he turned me on to.
My
So
go-to.
this is their little session beer. So
Cool.
we're gonna see how both of those pair together.
Yeah, I haven't had it. Looking forward to
Yeah, I
it.
haven't
Lost
had
and
that.
Founders.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Cool. All right, looking
Awesome.
forward to that.
Sweet.
So, yeah, that does it for this episode, this installment of the Hops and Bops podcast.
this mini series.
Yeah. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook, Hops and Bops Podcast. We're also streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Keep in touch with us if you want us to review a certain album, a beer, a brewery, a certain artist, or a different kind of drink. I mean, we
Or your album or your beer.
Yeah.
If you're creating them. Well,
Yeah.
most.
Then, hit us up, DM us. If you have our numbers, you can text us, call us, send us fan mail.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about that.
Words with Friends invitations. You wanna play me?
What's that game? Farmville?
Yeah, send me Farmville.
Yeah, send me a Farmville invite.
Poke us on Facebook. don't super poke us though.
Yeah, no super pokes.
That's
We're
a bit
not
too
about
much.
that. Yeah.
Only
But yeah.
protection.
Yeah, hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. Keep listening. Hope you're enjoying. So for Mike and Tom, I'm Joe. We'll see you next time.
Peace.